Mariah Carey. Hello, Maria. And how are you today?
Actually, it's Mariah Carey.
Okay. Now, your last album, Horsefly, was quite interesting. Could you tell me a bit?
You mean Butterfly?
Fine.
Mariah's greatest hits.
No, it's too early. I haven't even been out 10 years. Throw me a freaking bone, you know?
All my favourite songs by Mariah.
No, because they're not all my favorites.
A word of advice, don't call it number twos if you're going to release it in England.
That's a good one.
You won 3 awards for R&B.
Yes.
But you did not win the #1 album of the year, even though you had the #1 album of the year. You did not win best song of the year, even though you had the best song of the year. Why?
You know, it actually means more to me to win in the R&B category.
Mariah.
I promise you, I'm not lying to you. Yes, of course I wanted Album of the Year. Who didn't want that? And I felt I deserved it. Yeah, that would have been great, but you know what? I'm blessed to have gotten the 3 that I got.
Take her hair, for example. Curly, straight, and...
We've got the new latest effort out. It's called Prism, I believe.
I don't know where you got this prism thing from, but it's called Rainbow.
I'll show you that this was it.
End of a chapter. No. I told you. It's because I did the duet with Whitney, and this is in commemoration of having 13 #1 records.
But you're not listening to if you let me finish.
No, Butterfly was the end of the beginning of a chapter. So that how can the next album be like the end? To me, how many chapters in the book? 1?
When you were growing up, your sister was on the streets. Your sister was a prostitute. Did you know?
I wasn't supposed to know things that were going on ever in my childhood, but I was inquisitive and I was intelligent, and I knew things that I wasn't necessarily supposed to know.
Guess who's back in the house with 2 big tig-old bitties for your mouth? What does that mean, actually?
Actually, the part you're talking about is the Bratz verse. That's not even me doing that part.
Oh, you have a child. Right, it's so difficult after childbirth to regain your figure. That must be why you cut off the top of your jeans. You just couldn't quite button them up, could you?
I cut the jeans off because my stylist came in and we were doing the shoot, and she decided to cut the waistband. It was kind of cute.
Oh, I see. It's a trend. You keep pretending and we'll keep believing.
So, you know that sometimes it's all about the ensemble. I'm doing 2 songs today, and I tried a couple dresses, and one of them wasn't working. So Ellen was nice enough to say, if you want to borrow a suit or something, joking, knowing that I could, my body, is sort of rebels against suits and jackets of all sorts. You know, it's minimal clothing for me usually. So everybody backstage was like, yeah, right. And then we were like, okay, we'll try to find some jeans. We had no jeans. Anyway, I knocked on Ellen's door. This is a true story. I didn't know if she was going to say, get out of here, or whatever. And I said, can I really borrow this suit? so she was so nice, and she let me look through a bunch of different options, and this was the option that I came up with. And it was the whole thing. So thank you to Ellen, stylist to the singers.
Yeah. I've never worn it like that.
She was nice. I had a good time. We laughed. We joked. Whatever.
Mariah and I never met each other. When we met on this thing, we're like this. We're tight. I have her number, she has mine. We call each other on the phone. We talk all day.
We have a similar sense of humor, too, actually. It was funny. Because after all the, rumors and whatever, we got along, and people were like, huh?
Like girlfriends.
What were these rumors?
Jealousy, dramaticking, diva fest.
because she sings great, I'm supposed to be a rivalry with her?
People always say we have a rivalry.
That is so shallow of people. You know, it makes me wonder about the intelligence of people.
Actually, unfortunately, the real Poochie couldn't be here today because he gained a little, weight in the hind quarters. You understand about those things.
This is a complete mess.
So anyway,
Hello?
What's your relationship now with Tommy Mottola?
I haven't spoken to him. You know what? I've had to learn that forgiveness is one of the most important things in life. And so, I hope that he forgives me for anything that I did that hurt him, and I forgive him. Do I wish that I could go back and talk to that really young girl who had no one there to say, you don't have to deal with this? Yeah, I do, but it made me strong enough to deal with anybody, and if anybody thinks they can manipulate me again like that, they are dead wrong.
And then since then, hello, all these boyfriends all over the place.
No, not all these
Let's just
boyfriends.
run through them, shall we?
One. Who? Name who? Need the info. What names? Who?
Puff Daddy,
Lie.
Leonardo DiCaprio,
Lie.
Matt Dillon,
Lie.
Q-Tip,
Lie.
some guy who plays baseball who I've never heard of before in my life. Right.
All right, that's the only one that's not a lie.
So were you going out with him when you told me that you weren't going out with
neither
anyone?
do you, because I don't remember the exact date. I don't know. No, I wasn't going out with him, no.
No, you're not going out with him anymore. But the thing is, the problem is, back home, no one knows who this guy is. Because we don't know anything about baseball. What's his name? Jeff someone or something? I don't know. Apparently he's got fat thighs, that's all I've been told. Not fat big thighs. Thing is, I can say this because he won't see, and I can say what I want, and he will never know.
Leave him alone.
Oh, okay.
He's a good guy.
When people have interviewed me for this record in particular about the emancipation of Mimi and shouldn't this be called the vindication of Mariah Carey and what about all the naysayers that counted you out and this, that, and the third, and it's like, well, if they counted me out, then they just had to count me back in.